feeling overwhelmed. It's the worst, isn't it? One of the biggest obstacles that emerging entrepreneurs face is being overwhelmed by all the things, particularly all the marketing things. That's why in today's video, I'm giving you a step-by-step strategy to end the marketing overwhelm. Sounds pretty good, right? If we haven't met before, I'm Wendy White, BizDev strategist for extraordinary entrepreneurs. I'm so glad you found me. Hit the subscribe button and stay for a while. Now, on to today's video, how to end the marketing overwhelm. This one comes from the Departure Lounge, my Facebook group. Let's dive right in. So the topic today is how to end the overwhelm. You're not getting enough of the right clients and you know you need to do something about it. The tricky thing is you've heard you need to do all of these different things on all of the different platforms, on the Facebook and the LinkedIn and the YouTube and the Twitter and the one with the ghost and all of the different platforms, right? I can't even keep them straight. So you're thinking about being in all these different places and then all of the different things that you need to do in those different places, right? So there are the ebooks and there are the webinars and the quizzes and the Facebook Lives and the Facebook groups and the YouTube videos and doing interviews with your peers and experts, all of this stuff, right? I mean, it's overwhelming for me just to list it, let alone thinking about putting it on my to-do list. But these all end up on your to-do list and you're going to try all of them. And some days it probably feels like you're actually trying all of them at once. I mean, I know what that feels like to go, I've got 800 directions to move in at once. And it's horrible, right? And it's not even if they're not on your to-do list for today, they're out there, right? They're waiting for you. They're calling to you. They're at the end of that list and they're saying, pay attention to me. Why aren't you caring about me? And you know, it sucks. It's draining you just to think of all these things on your list. And as you check off thing after thing after thing, that list is so enormous that it never really feels like you're getting anywhere, right? Maybe you're brand new and you've heard about all these things and you're not really sure which of the things is the thing. And so you're like, well, I've got to try them all, right? Or maybe you're a few years in and you've tried a number of these things, a number of the platforms, a number of the techniques, and none of them's really getting the return on investment that you really want. So you're like, okay, I've got these 5, I'm going to keep bashing away at them, but here are 15 more I should try. And now they're all on your list. So either way, no matter how you got here, you've ended up with way too many techniques and tactics and things to do from your marketing list, right? Why do you need to stop this? Why do you need to bring this madness to a halt? First of all, you already know it feels like crap, right? It's running you down. It's making you feel like you're not getting anywhere. You're super busy, but you're not seeing the results you want. Maybe you're thinking about giving up. Being overwhelmed is a primary reason why people give up in life on any single thing. It's one of the reasons when I'm helping my clients or in my own stuff, when we're designing a thing for another client, we're designing a program or service or a PDF or any kind of thing, I always tell them, let's make this as simple as possible. Let's not throw in anything extra, because if we throw in lots of extra stuff for padding, people get overwhelmed and they quit. And if they quit, they're not going to feel great about the thing you asked them to do. That probably is happening to you right now. Maybe you're thinking, I'm going to quit and give up on marketing entirely. I'm going to get someone else to do it for me. I'm going to pretend that marketing isn't the thing I have to do, or I'm quitting the whole business, and that sucks. And in the meantime, you're not really doing anything well, right? Because splitting your focus on this thing and this thing and this thing and this thing means that none of these little idea babies are getting the care and feeding that they should have, right? You're not really learning that this thing doesn't work if you're kind of half-assed putting your effort into it, and you're half-assed putting your effort into this one. We're not really learning this one doesn't work because we really didn't try it. And being everywhere on all of the platforms in a kind of lackluster way is not making us look like we're omnipresent and omnipotent and omniscient and all the omni things we want. It's making us look like we're kind of not paying attention, because we're not. Because we can't pay attention to all of the things simultaneously. That's why you really need to stop this overwhelm, right? Okay, now, what you want to get to is how to stop the overwhelm, right? So first of all, I want you to understand why you are overwhelmed. You are overwhelmed because you have too many things on your plate. Sounds simple, but this is an important realization, because you need to take things off of your list. You need to say yes to the right things and say no to the wrong things. I know, it's simple, but what does this mean you don't do? This means you don't go, I just need to put more hours into this, or I need to up my productivity, or I need to just keep pushing and pushing and pushing and work weekend after weekend after weekend, because putting more time into it is not going to solve the problem. Taking things off your list is going to solve the problem. Outsourcing may not even be the right choice for you at this moment. It may be at some point, but probably not right now, because outsourcing is already going to take an investment of your time and money to do. And unless you know you really need this task on your list, there's no point in outsourcing it to somebody else. It's just going to be a waste. So you really need to do this step first. If you've been around for a while, if you've heard me talk before, the way I'm talking right now shouldn't be surprising, because this is really my focus, is always to go in this lovely online world with all of these beautiful baubles and shiny things we could chase after. I want you to focus on what you need to do and not all the things you could do. I know you're saying, great, how do I figure out which of the things I need to do, right? I want to break this down really simply, and we're going to focus on just your immediate goals, getting people to hire you to do the work you love. So I want you, where you are, to think about finding the shortest line between where those potential clients are and where you want them to go, okay? The point is to take people from not knowing you at all to hiring you, right? Okay, so here's the thing. We're going to focus on the shortest line, not all of the lines, okay? Just the ones that work the best. There are exactly 2 steps you need to take between people not knowing you and hiring you. And the 2 steps are this. Bring them into your world, either organically or paid. So an example would be a lead magnet, or offer to help them in a Facebook group, or posting on LinkedIn, or tweeting, or running ads. Those would all be ways to get someone into your world who doesn't know you. And then number 2, you have a place and a method of warming them up so you can make your offer and they'll be receptive. A place where you can create that know, like, and trust thing, right? So an example of a place would be a Facebook group, a YouTube channel, a business page, a LinkedIn profile, your email list. It does not have to be in social media if you don't want to do that. It could be your website. You just need a place. How do you figure out which of these things is the right one for you? So there are 3 questions I want you to ask yourself, and I want you to write these guys down, okay? Number 1, are you really clear on exactly who you are trying to reach with your marketing? If you are not, I really want you to stop right here. This is what you need to fix. Don't even worry about any other steps. And I don't care who is telling you you need to go on. You do not. You need to stop right here. Do not pass go. Do not collect $200. If you don't fix this first, everything afterwards is going to be a waste. Now, let's say you are clear on this. Great, let's go on, okay? So the question you want to answer for yourself is, what is the most efficient, effective way to lure those people into your world and warm them up? Important point here. The answer to this question needs to be based on your client, not on the latest technologies being pushed. Otherwise, this will not work, okay? So how do you answer this? Okay, we're going to think about your ideal client first. Think about that ideal client. What's going on for them? What do you think is going to work? Do they like video? Maybe they do. Maybe they have time to sit around and watch an hour webinar. Maybe they don't. Maybe they would rather scan something really quickly. You know, if you know your client, you know how busy they are and how they like to do things. Do they want to be in a community? If not, you probably shouldn't create a community, right? Would they rather read something in an email? Do they want a checklist? You know, really quick scanning, yep. Or do they really appreciate sitting down and having an in-depth, valuable, longer piece? I don't know these answers, okay? And to be honest, no marketer in the world knows these answers for you. But you will have these answers if you just sit down and think about what you know about your ideal client. If this person is very close to you, think about what works for you. If this person is someone who is a younger version of you, or a version of you from a couple of years ago, before you learned all of this stuff, think about what works for you. That's a great place to figure this out. If you like this stuff, they may like this stuff. If this stuff really pisses you off, it's a really good clue. Don't do it. And the third way to figure this out is so easy, you're going to want to smack me. Ask them. Ask them. Ask your potential clients. How do you like to be reached? How do you like to be engaged? Do you like quizzes? Do you like webinars? Do you like ebooks? Just ask them, and you will be amazed what you will find out. The point is here, do not jump on any kind of bandwagon, no matter how shiny and how fabulous, unless you honestly think, I love that. I bet they would love that. Otherwise, don't do it. Base it on your ideal client and what you think they would like. When you've got your theory of what's going to work best for them, take your theory, only 1 or 2, and try it out. Not 15 theories, Not 800 theories, one or two of the thing that's going to get them into your world and the place you're going to warm them up. Put your time and your energy and your focus and your attention and everything into that one or two, and back burner the rest of this. Everything is still going to be available to you in a few months. No matter what scarcity techniques people are throwing at you, believe me, it will be there. Put it out there, try it, learn from it, make it as good as you can. Do your best at this one or two ways of bringing people into your world and warming them up. And then finally ask yourself, is this working? Is it doing what I want it to do? Is it getting the results I want? Also, do you want to do this? Are you enjoying it? Is this something you want to do on a regular basis? If it's not, get rid of it, okay? Seriously, you don't have to keep hacking away at all the things. But if you do like it and it is getting the results you want, keep at it until it gets comfortable, until it gets part of your repertoire, and it becomes easy. And you're probably thinking, how would it become easy? But I will tell you, if you do this, if you work at one thing or two things for a while, they will become easier. If it's working, great. If it's not working, get rid of it. Try one of the other things you want to try. You know what's amazing? Waking up every morning and having one or two tasks to accomplish and being certain that they're the right tasks because you know what you have to do and you know why you're doing them. You know where they fit in the puzzle. That's awesome. It feels amazing. So let's do that one, okay? I hope you found this helpful. If you like this video, make sure to hit the like button below and share it with your friends. And subscribe, because I'm going to be sharing tips and strategies like this every single week, and you don't want to miss out. In fact, make sure to hit that bell so you get notifications. Thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you in the next video. Now, go be extraordinary.